Welcome to the Weekly Dose of Stars. I'm your host, Graham Breitenstein, a professional dancer and movement coach for icons like, Idina Menzel, Lady Gaga, Meghan Trainor, just to name a few, turned professional astrologer, certified oracle card reader, and founder of Drunk Astrology. Each week on this podcast, I'm breaking down the astrological transits that need to be on your radar so you know exactly what energy to tap into and what opportunities to take advantage of in order to achieve your biggest goals, your juiciest manifestations, all while consciously co-creating your life with Team Uni. That's my affectionate pet name for the universe. So get ready. You're about to align your actions, dreams, and biggest manifestations with this week's Dose of Stars. Hello and happy Monday. It is the start of a brand new week, and it is the beginning in so many ways. First and foremost, because yesterday we had the delicious Capricorn New Moon on Sunday, December 18th, which is just everything that you could ever want for a new calendar year. The first new moon is really the first real opportunity you have to set resolutions, goals, and manifestations in motion in a way that the universe actually supports. Now, yours truly is a moon phase manifester. I cannot tell you how influential, how impactful it is to flow with the universal rhythm. And if that is a new concept to you, welcome to Drunk Astrology. The universe has a rhythm, and it goes from waning to waxing. And when you're waxing, as we are now, new moon to full moon, now things get bigger, things grow. There is a reason you manifest with super hyper intentions during a new moon, because the rhythm of the universe is growing. So your momentum still requires effort, but that doesn't mean that you have to burn out. That's the main problem with when people only use the turn of a new calendar year to set intentions and then they burn out 2 or 3 weeks in. It's because the new calendar year doesn't have ish to do about actual universal energy and support. Okay, so this new moon is your time to freaking shine. And I'm going to give you a little foreshadowing. The next real time to shine is going to be in February when we have that Lunar New Year on the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Get ready. Buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to get real. So you really only have this new moon to work with very intentionally in terms of setting goals and putting them in motion, okay? So when you're ready to do that with hyper intention, when you're ready to do that, when you're ready to just learn exactly how divine timing works, baby, Moon Phase Manifestor is going to be your best friend. Now, this week alone, we have a powerful week. That's kind of how I will sum this up. We have a very powerful week ahead. We have a lot of planets that are coming into conjunctions with Pluto, and you might go, wait a minute, Pluto's in Aquarius now. So now we're going to have conjunctions with Pluto. You better believe it, because this week, Venus is in Aquarius. The sun, as of today, Monday, January 19th, 2026, Aquarius season begins at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. And I always like to do a little clarifying whenever the sun changes signs, because I know that there's a lot of cusp babies out there, and I know that there is a lot of things floating, a lot of information floating around, and how can you possibly tell what's right, what's not, especially if you're consuming astrology and astrological information, but you don't have an education yourself. And hey, that's fine. Drunk Astrology is literally made for the person who loves astrology, but doesn't have the time, doesn't really necessarily want to invest years of your life trying to decode and delayer astrology, right? So it's made for you. You're in the right place. If you're a newbie, if you love it, if you do study, but you're still like trying to figure it all out, this space was made for you. But here's what I like to clarify, especially if you identify as a cusp baby. When the sun changes signs, it is not like 12:01 a.m. on January 19th. Now Aquarius season begins. That is not it at all. So when you're looking online and you're seeing like, but wait, I thought Aquarius season starts on January 20th. It's not always the same. The sun is moving at a different speed on any given year. So it's never going to change into the next sign at the same time, right? And this is why astrologers exist. We track the speed at which the planets move, the degrees at which they hit. And when you're following the sun, when you're following any planet, it can only be between 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and 29 degrees, 59 minutes, right? That is the full spectrum of how many degrees a planet can be, right? So the sun is going to be in Capricorn most of Monday, but at 5:45 p.m. Pacific, it'll switch into 0 degrees, 0 minutes of Aquarius. So that means a baby born at 2:30 p.m., what sign is it going to be? It's going to be a Capricorn, right? But if it's born at 5:47 p.m., that baby is an Aquarius, right? The notion of cusp babies it's when it comes to like the precision of astrology, this is why degrees, this is why minutes matter, this is why the time of birth matters, right? Because this is actually measurable, right? And so the notion of being a cusp baby, although it's cool, right? Like, oh, wow, I'm born on the same day that the planets change signs. That's cool, but you're gonna be one or the other, okay? So I wanted to clear that up because today, January 19th, is a cool day where the sun changes signs, which actually means the frequency of the universe is shifting. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. So we have been working hard. We have been diving into our traditions. We have been implementing infrastructure to our lives, to our work, and if you're working with me, to your manifestations, to your goals. Putting everything in nice, very structured containers so that you can really see what work will be required to get what you want in 2026. With the beginning of Aquarius season, that frequency shifts. And inside Moon Phase Manifesto, I mean, I give all the different ways to activate abundance. And that's another thing I hear all the time. I'm calling in more abundance in the new year, and I'm just ready for more abundance. I'm ready for more prosperity. And I love that for you. If that's something that you're guilty of saying, I love that for you. But what I want you to know is that following the zodiac, the frequency of abundance actually changes. So if you are approaching whatever abundance and prosperity mean to you in the same way, but at a time where the universe has shifted energy, then you're actually working against yourself. This is another reason why Moon Phase Manifestor exists, because that is a space where I can coach a large number of people in a group on how to activate abundance during each of these zodiac seasons. It shifts, okay? Which means your definition of abundance and prosperity, it can be the same, and likely it should be the same, but it's how you approach it That's what needs to shift as the sun moves through each sign in the zodiac. All right. So this week alone, I mean, and here on Monday, we have so much energy. We have so much. We have 6 aspects that activate on Monday the 19th alone. That's a lot of energy. One of which, like I said, is the sun moving into Aquarius at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. The other thing about this week is the conjunctions to Pluto happen with Venus. They happen with Mercury. They happen with the sun. And I don't think, Mars doesn't hit it just yet. So this week we have a come to Jesus moment in terms of relationships, in terms of money, in terms of our communication skills, our willingness to communicate, and our willingness to listen. That's a biggie when Mercury conjuncts Pluto on Thursday. And then when the sun conjuncts Pluto on Friday the 23rd, this is like a soul contract, right? So this really means that there is some deeply evolutionary transformation taking place this week. Now, what that looks like for each one of us is gonna be different. Aquarius is in a different part of your chart. So when you look there, you're gonna see, like, how am I being asked to transform my investments in relationships, my investment with my money, my investments with my time, my investments with who I connect with, who I share ideas with, who I collaborate with, who I exchange time and energy and space with. And then after most of the week goes by, Monday through Thursday, Friday hits, and then it's time to go, now I'm ready to integrate. Now I'm ready to say, okay, this is what I'm signing up for. So whatever you are swirling around with in your life, I want you to know that this week is a week that it should get real. It should be a little uncomfortable, if not a lot of it uncomfortable. And so how do I want to say this? To kind of give yourself a little grace this week, I want you to just lean into the fact that transformation is an easy word to say, and it is not an easy word to experience. So while you're shedding, because we're still in the year of the wood snake, we've got until February 17th before we break free with the year of the horse, unbridled friggin' spirit. So this is likely a week where you are asked to shed skin, and to where that metaphor actually starts to reveal itself, right? Whatever is still lingering from 2025 that needs to be healed, that needs to be shed, that needs to be moved through, it's the come to Jesus moment this week. Okay? So I want you to go easy on yourself. And I also want you to consider what investments, this is the question I really want you to ask, but I also want you to answer this week. What investments are you willing to make to support your evolution, to support your growth as a human, to support your journey and development? This is a week where you want to be clear about those investments, okay? Whether that's an investment of relationships, that's an investment of time, that's an investment of money, right? When Pluto's around, fear can get the best of you, and I don't want fear to be the thing that inspires or motivates your decision making. Don't let that be what gets in your way this week, right? On the other side of this experience is something greater than you can even see for yourself right now. So whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're going through, wherever you feel like you have some kind of transformation happening, some of us, it's going to be so blaringly obvious. And to others, it might be not so obvious. It might be kind of lingering in the shadows. It might be lingering in corners of your mind where you have tucked things that you don't want to address and that you didn't want to revisit again. And instead, that's exactly what you're tasked to do. So that's what I'm going to leave you with for the week of January 19th through the 25th, 2026. I also, to end on a much higher vibration note, I want you all to know that registration for the 2026 Raise Your Vibe retreat in the Outer Banks, North Carolina is open. We are ready to freaking go to the Outer Banks, September 30th through October 4th, 2026. I want you to know that spaces are limited. There is a full freaking breakdown on the retreat, on the details, the rooms, a tour of the house. Let's see what else. I mean, you can see like what a typical day at the retreats look like. You can hear from the past retreaters, like what they have to say about their experiences, and you can register on drunkastro.com. I will, in the Daily Dose of Stars Telegram community, I will be linking that, sharing that link with you in our Q&A section. And if you are listening to the Weekly Dose of Stars podcast, there will be a link in the show notes. All you have to do is scroll down, tap that link, and you will be on the landing page, the registration page for the retreat this year. And I am so freaking excited because at Raise Your Vibe, this is where you learn your personal astrology. This is where you learn how to use your chart as the epic timing tool that it is. So when you are tracking the stars, when you're working with the stars, when you hear, oh, a planet, the sun went into Aquarius, you'll know like, oh, that activates my 6th house, which means I got to get organized. I need to make my doctor's appointments. I need to make sure that my schedule is supportive for equal parts work and hustle and equal parts rest and relaxation. So that's what Raise Your Vibe is all about. It's what I call your raised vibe formula. And in 5 days, we will get you taking your formula with you. And for the rest of your freaking life, you will understand how your chart operates. You will understand how to set your power dates, to make strategic decisions on the career front, on the personal front, on the relational front. That's where it all goes down. Hit the link in the show notes. Go to the Q&A section of the Daily Dose of Stars Telegram community and get registered because, baby, spots are going to fill. They always do. Sending big love. Happy, happy new week. I am always honored to be here with you. Let's freaking go. Let's make these soul contracts. Let's evolve. Let's transform. Let's take our freaking personal journeys to the next freaking level. Have a great week. See you next time.
Astro lover, did you love this week's astro forecast? Well, just wait until you're inside the Daily Dose of Stars. Right now, you're waking up and feeling pulled in a million directions. You're buzzing with anxiety about your new meeting. You're doom scrolling for 30 minutes before you even leave the bed. You're overwhelmed by news headlines, decisions about deadlines at work, and constantly distracted, which, of course, leaves you feeling off, unmotivated, and stuck in a loop of doing a million things but getting nowhere. My friend, this is because you haven't checked the daily energetic weather report. Riddle me this. Would you ever take a trip to Europe or go camping without checking the actual weather? Hell no. So why are you going through life without checking the energy for the day ahead? The Daily Dose of Stars gives you bite-sized astrological guidance every single morning. So you know exactly what energy you're working with, exactly what to avoid, and what moves to make in order to activate the opportunities that are available for you to seize. So no more guessing, no more chaos, no more feeling pulled in a million directions and saying, what the hell is in the air right now? you'll know exactly what's in the air. And you'll also know exactly what the actual F to do with it every friggin' day. So when you're ready to start co-creating your best life with the universal energy in real time, hop inside the Daily Dose of Stars. The link to subscribe is in the show notes below. Simply scroll down and tap the link. I'll see you there.